Alright, so what I have here is the 8bitdo Ultimate 2.4 gigahertz controller. And it's got these back paddles on it. And what I'm going to show you how to do is how to set up the first profile here so that the back paddle is mapped in Retroarch, so that when I go like this, I can rewind, I can save states and anything else I want it to do. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, so now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take that paddle 2 or paddle 1, either or, and you're going to want to map that to the home button. Now this is important because you can't actually map it to a keyboard or anything else. You have to map it to a button on the controller. So I chose the home button. So basically I tried a bunch of different ways to do this, and other than like mapping it to the select button, which would impair some games, I figured mapping it to the home button is the best. So this has been what's worked for me. So then I'll show you what you got to do in Retroarch. So then what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to input settings and then hotkeys. And the hotkey enable you're going to map to the home button. Now you can either press the actual home button or you can press the paddle. Either way it's going to work. And then you just map these, fast forward, toggle, save state, anything you want. But you can really figure out how you want to map this. I'll show you how I did. Alright, so now you could really set this up a bunch of different ways. I have save state paired to R1. Load state paired to L1, fast forward hold paired to R2, fast forward toggle paired to L2. And now the one thing that I really struggled with was the rewind. So I have it paired to the left on the D-pad, and that seems to be what works best. I find myself using the stick more often than not because I find that switching from the stick to this to do the rewind is a better muscle memory, and I didn't like it when I tried to pair it to the stick going left. But other than that, I have my save state go back and save state go forward paired to these keys. So if I hit this, it'll go to state 1, then 2, then 3. And yeah, so all I have to do is press and hold the paddle before I do the command, and then I can rewind. Oh, and there's one more thing you got to do. You have to enable rewind in settings in Retroarch. Otherwise, the rewind hotkey won't actually do anything. Again, happy hunting, people.